Hello, everyone. Welcome to this last day of the International Coaching Week and exploration with me on Be Like a Flute as a coach. So we'll be more exploratory. This is an exploratory session. So we'll be exploring a lot on how a flute analogy or metaphor actually act as being a coach. So what flute teaches us. So I've sent a link in the chat for the Miro board, for this Miro board, and the password as well. So if you all can please join here. This is where we'll be doing a lot of exploration. Or if we can't use Miro, we can always have discussions like this. We don't have to use Miro, but it helps. So I'm gonna start now. Most of us are here, although we had 23 registrations. But yeah, we can start. As we know, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Before we even start coaching, we have to work on ourselves. And only then we can conquer the world. What my experience, I've been in this coaching and I got trained in level 1, level 2 ICF as well. It's all about myself. It's all about the self. We need to work on ourselves first before we even coach. And remember my first session with Jaya, I still had the core in here. Coaching is like a lighthouse. You can't have fused bulb. It's a responsibility. That stuck with me that day when the first class I had. So it's all about self improvement. It's all about how we can get better so that we can coach better. We can be more in the coaching stance rather than just being a coach and not act as a coach. So we all know being a coach is, we all experience coaches here, is about being optimistic, being curious, non judgmental, active listening, being empathetic, people oriented, relationally intelligent, and being a learner. A learner is the main part here. Being a learner, we always learning. We always learning is constant. We always in the hunt of new things. Always in the hunt of new learnings. I think we have another one joined. Another participant joined. Hello, everyone. Whoever's joined later, could you please go to this link? I just put it in the chat again. I hope you're following the Onamira board with me. I can bring everyone to me as well. Yeah. So flute analogy. Let's explore together. Our being is like a flute in itself, with many holes of weaknesses, sorrows, failures, disappointments, etc. The flute teaches us three important lessons. Flute speaks only when we want it to speak. It doesn't speak itself. We have to play it, then the sound comes out. It only speaks when we want it to speak. He says it takes around 2 years to learn to speak, but it takes a lifetime to learn when not to speak. So when we are coaching the relationship of that person within themselves. They are still in their systemic relationship within them, within their self, basically. So when we hear this, the first lesson of the flute speaks only when we want it to speak. What comes up for you? So I wanted you to do a self-reflection. So if you can all come here, I'm going to bring everyone to myself. So if you can, so pick up this post-it note, put it here in the area, double click on it, and you can start typing whatever you want to type. Have a self-reflection on it on the first lesson. Flute speaks only when we want it to speak. How can we relate this to being a coach? Does it make sense? Can you all join this area 1 here? And share your thoughts using post-it notes. Yeah, the post-it note. You can pick up here. I'm going to move those here, somewhere here. Let's discuss this. Let's have a self-reflection first. Take your time. I'm going to put 1 minute timer. And then we pick up. Let's see calm flow where it was. I'm putting a Miro link again in the chat and the password. When we say Flute speaks only when we want it to speak, how can we relate this to being a coach? Let's get the collective intelligence of our group here. Yeah, if you all can come here. Yeah, you all here? I can see. So use the post-it notes. Type in. I'll add another minute. I think you all. Is anything not clear? So I'm gonna pause this. Is everything okay? Everyone can go into this Miro board. I can't hear anyone. So
Maybe it's just taking a couple of seconds for us to work through this.
okay, okay, sure. So yeah, I'll add more minutes in here. So can you access this Miro board first of all?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So I can bring everyone to myself again. So you all here in this area 1. Yeah. So you can grab this post-it note, move it here. Okay. Like you, let me push it back. Yeah, you can move these post-it notes here and type in your thoughts. The first lesson of the flute is flute speaks only when we want it to speak. How can we relate this to being a coach? And we can share that. We don't have to go to breakout rooms. We can share this here. So I can start again. I'll add extra minute. I think you're still typing. Do we need more minute? One more minute? He's still typing. I'll add extra minute just. I'm gonna move the blank ones back. So okay, thank you everyone who has put their thoughts on. So let's discuss this. The first lesson from the flute. Flute speaks only when you want you to speak. What came up for you when you heard this? Like, I see a lot of great comments here. Anyone would like to volunteer? Like to share their thoughts? I love that a lot, such as for the music player. Emotions, active listening, dance with your client. Of course, you let the client speak. What's coming up for you here when you heard this? Consult, coach. Anything else? There's nothing else. Yeah. Okay. Anyone would like to share their thoughts?
Rohit, may I?
Please, please. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's what I typed out as well. To
Yeah.
me, it shows the restraint that probably a coach must have or might want to develop to not speak out of turn when the client is sharing something. So, like the flute plays only when you want it to play. Uh, your mind control, for lack of a better word, control. But yeah, your restraint on the mind is that you be a better listener than someone who wants to give their 2 pence.
Great point, Anita. What else?
Hey Rohit, I'm Priyanka.
Hi, Priyanka.
And,
Hello.
yeah, for me, it is not speaking out of impulse, but after tuning into the rhythm of the conversation. So it is very important to get into that rhythm with the client
Yeah.
so that you are creating the right music, not the
Yeah.
noise.
Yeah. Yeah. Very well thought, Priyanka. Thanks for sharing. Anyone else? I see a lot of great comments here. Have a look through what everyone's written. Anyone would like to share? Anyone else? Yes, Shalja, please.
So, to me, what comes up is that, a flute has its notes. So I kind of relate the notes to questions that lead the coachee to achieving their goals. So, like the flute's notes are kind of all adding up to give you, whether it be a song or a tune or whatever it may be. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's another great point. Thanks for sharing that. And you can
Thank you.
see and you, as you know, we play that, right, with our hands, flute, right?
Yeah.
And then we fill those, the holes, you know, the sorrow or anything what we have in ourselves as well, right? We fill those with our hands, with our fingers, to say, okay, I want to play this music, I want to plug that hole. And then we have to give out as well with our, say, you know, air, with our, well, how we play that flute. We are giving out, we are exhaling as well. And then we're plugging our holes of sorrows, our own disappointments. And then while listening to the coachee, listening to the client, what they're trying to say. Great. Okay. Anyone else want to share? Otherwise, we move to the next one. There's another one here, such as some kind of music chose with client, which, yeah, anyone will, I don't know who written this. Anyone would like to share this? Who else, who's written this? Yeah, Patricia, please.
Yes, we choose our customer,
Mm.
our client, and the client choose his coach. And
Mm.
it's the same in music. I choose my music.
Great.
I choose my instrument also.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And it's
Brilliantly.
the complicity with the
Yeah.
instrument.
Yeah.
It's a complicity with the client.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Another great thought. We pick the song as coaches, right?
Yeah.
And we let it speak when it needs to speak. And I don't know if you saw the one of my podcasts with Marshall Gold. He said, you are as good as your clients. You can't change anyone unless the clients wants to change. You can only be a partner in that. You can only speak when you need to speak. You are not there to change them. You are there to make them aware of what's happening. So another metaphor is like, as a Dhiren probably will be, because me and Dhiren used to work together when we were wedding photographers. It's like going close to the client, but not too close, not to that person. Our mentor has told us that go close, but not that close. Don't invade their privacy. Stay a little bit behind so you can see the story unfolding, so you can capture that moment. Don't know, Dhiren, if you remember that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So close enough to capture the moments
Yeah.
and the memories, but not too close. But yeah, fully understand.
Yeah. Same way as coach.
Rohit, I wrote,
Yes, please.
I
Yeah.
wrote the active listening one.
Yeah.
And for me, it's, you know, it resonates with all the other comments and the other people on this call, but it's about listening to the client and changing your approach or your tune or whatever you're playing with the flute according to what their output is as well. So you need to tailor yourself. So whether it's a high moment or a low moment, you will change your tune to resonate with that person as well, so that you're in sync.
Great point. Thank you, Dhiren. Thank you. So we move back to our second lesson, second learning from thing. Whenever it speaks sweetly. Who doesn't like music? Whenever we play that flute, it speaks sweetly. How is it resonating with you when you hear this, with being a coach? Whenever it speaks sweetly. Let's go back onto there, the second frame here. I'm going to bring everyone to myself again. And then same way, use your post-it notes and put your comments here. Whenever it speaks sweetly. How can we relate this to being a coach? I'm going to add the music again. I put 2 minutes. So we're using this board now here, not the previous one. So yeah, please add it here. Yeah, you can use your post-it notes on this area 1, please. Yeah. That extra minute as well.
I'm sorry, I cannot use this. I don't know what's the problem, but
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah,
So if you can put it in the chat,
yeah,
Shilpa,
that's
I can put it there. Yeah. Thank you. Ruvini, I think you just joined. So we're using a Miro board to collaborate. And we are on to our second lesson of Flute. So here is I put a Miro link in the chat. So if you can join on this. So we are discussing whenever Flute speaks, it speaks sweetly. How can we relate this to being a coach? Yeah. Okay, Bir, I can add that as well. Thanks for putting in the chat. Thank you, Sananda. I can add that as well. We're still typing, so I'm going to add another minute. See, now we're getting Miro now, so I can see the post-it notes are happening now. Okay, Shampa, you can add in the chat. I can put it on the Miro board. I think it's an art. Okay. Okay, let's go through the board and see what others have written, what the others have posted. Let's go through explore the board, and then we can discuss like we discussed the last one. Some amazing thoughts here. Yeah. So let's go through the board. Let's explore it. Let's do a gallery walk of the board. And anyone would like to share? Start sharing that. Whenever Flute speaks, it speaks sweetly. Okay, who would like to start first?
I can say, Rohit,
Please.
that
Yeah.
when it's a tonal quality of a coach which can help if it is a sweet and it's a tonal quality is it gives a comfort, it make the client more comfortable, so it should be that is a sweetness, like when we are listening to the flute or when we are playing the flute, a sweet thing is coming up which soothen our our reflection, you can say. So that if we can use that in the client, that will be a great thing. I feel like that.
Cool. Thanks for sharing your thoughts, Shampa. Yeah. Great observation. Yeah. What else?
Hi, Rohit. This is Abir.
Hi, Abir. Hiya. Yeah.
As I said in the comment, it's being gentle, not being judgmental, not being too strong in the comments, in the way we comment to the client, is something that will make them feel safe and will help in like building the trust in the relationship for the upcoming sessions.
Thank you. Yeah, Patricia.
Yeah, and regarding no judgment, I don't like a music. It's not because I don't like it that it's a wrong music. It's the same for the client. It's not because the client do not take the same path that I would have chosen, that it's a wrong path. It's its way, not mine.
Yeah. Yeah. On that point, what would you choose if client doesn't like your music, what you're playing with the flute?
I think I would have a discussion with him to pursue or not.
Yeah.
To make clear the situation.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, sometimes the coaching relationships are not the same we want it to. So the best way is to be non-judgmental and say, yeah, it doesn't work. That's fine. You know, like we're being ethical about it, saying, okay, I can connect you with a different coach, or, you know, or you can find your own coach who can work together with you. And most importantly, it's because we're exploring ourselves here. It's about how we present, what music we play. I'm going to link back to the same way we discussed in the previous lesson, that we have so many sorrows, right, in ourselves. So we're trying to block those sorrows, those disappointments, and still try to speak sweetly. And sometime being courageous to ask those challenging questions or go on higher notes is sweet music as well. Yeah. What else?
Respect of the tempo. Not go fast because we want to go to the aim, but respect the rhythm of the client.
Yeah.
So don't go too fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Stay with the moment. Quite curious about this, to give a space of comfort and trust so that client can relax and tune. I don't know who put this, but they would like to share their thoughts.
Yeah. Hi, Rohit. It's Priyanka.
Hi, Priyanka.
Yeah. So, to me, this second point seems like giving the client that space, that trust, that where client can relax, actually shed all the guards and tune into the music of the rhythms of the conversation. Feel comfortable to open their heart and like something like that.
Yeah. Thank you. And coaching is an art. Don't know whose post-it is this. Would they like to elaborate? What do we mean by coaching is an art?
I think coaching as a coaches, we should understand understand the thoughts of the clients, the rhythm of the thoughts of the clients. That means the coaching is an art.
Mm. Thank you, Rohini. Yeah. Sorry, it was me who put this comment from the chat, so I should have known who I did that. Yeah, but great. Yeah, thank you. Okay. What else before we move to our last learning? Susanna, you just joined. We are discussing our second lesson from the flute, and we're using this Miro board. I'm going to share that Miro board link and password. So if you can't get on, you can still participate via the chat. So we were discussing in this lesson, second one is whenever flute speaks, it speaks sweetly. There's another one here, inviting the client to respond. Yeah, Shalja, sorry, yeah, please.
Yep, go ahead, you finish that, then I'll come back to it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't see the hand. I just saw it.
No, that's okay. That's okay. No worries.
Okay. So who added this, inviting the client to respond? Would they like to elaborate? Okay, go on, Shalja, you.
So for me, sweet is synonymous with being, in a way polite, because you can't be too, you've got to really navigate the whole conversation. So if you have that politeness in your tone of voice, calmness, and an absorbing tone, just like the flute's music, then you are going to be able to get the client to share more, probably be more vulnerable, because your tone itself is soothing that person and making them feel relaxed and wanting to get into the conversation deeply.
Yeah, very good point. Thanks, Shalja.
Thank you.
And how can we do that with ourselves? Obviously, we're talking about clients, right? And how we do that with our own relationship with ourselves. How we can speak sweetly with ourselves.
First of all, not to be judgmental, I think, about our own self, be hard on ourselves, and really acknowledge whatever feelings or emotions we get, but rather than blocking them, we need to see where they're leading to and how they are causing feelings within us. So emotions cause the feelings within us. So whatever it may be, and then those feelings are really coming from the mind. So how are we going to convert those emotions to thoughts and relate to ourselves and say, okay, I'm managing my emotions in a way that I can probably be calm myself and portray that in my coaching conversation.
Yeah. It's very important, isn't it? That we have so many thoughts, so many judgments about ourselves. Even our private life, personal life. This flute metaphor, what I have observed, is not only in a client-coach relationship, is with the other relationships as well. We get triggered, we get a lot of judgments about ourselves or our relationships we are with, or the environment we are with. And then we go into the coaching session, right, with all the baggage as well. Or maybe go into a personal relationship with that baggage. So how can we actually, when we exhale, we speak sweetly? It's very tough. It's not easy. Nothing's easy. It's all about accepting that yes, we are there in that situation. This is how our feelings are. Being aware, accepting it, and then play the music. And I've seen, I don't know if if you all observed sometime, when a musician or a player or an artist, they come back from a difficult situation, they give their best performance sometimes. All comes from the heart. All with all the disappointments, this still speaks sweetly. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for this. So we're gonna go to our last one. Let me move you back up there first. Let me show you this one. What the third lesson is from Flute. Oh, it always remain empty inside. Flute remains empty inside. Same way, let's go to
Sorry, Rohit, can you
yes.
explain more about this statement?
Yeah, it remains empty inside. The flute remains empty inside. You can see the flute, there's nothing inside, right? It's all hollow.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you see the flute, it's empty. There's nothing in there. There's one end where we exhale and the other end is open as well. There's nothing inside. So if you can come to here in this area now, what's coming up for you when you hear this? It remains empty inside. And it always actually remains empty inside. You can't fill it. If you fill it, it won't play. Yeah, here, I'm going to bring everyone to myself again. And you can use the post-it notes and add your thoughts. I'll put 5 minutes for now, and then we see. Yeah, if you can't use Miro, if you can put it in the chat, I will copy your comments. Thank you, Shempa. I just copied your comment. Thank you, Bir. I'll copy that as well. Here we can start discussing this. Okay. Okay. Some great thoughts here. Who would like to share? What do we do? What do we link it to being a coach or being as a human when it says it means empty inside? Can do a gallery walk. See if what others have posted. I think you all can see my Miro board, right? Yeah.
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 I can't get mine to.
Thanks, Sunanda. Yeah. Thanks for coming into this space and exploring with us. Okay. So who would like to go first? Okay, I can pick up one then. So what do we mean by trust the process? It was this calm flow, Patricia, the music. It was part of the Miro.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
timer. Yeah. Yeah. So Anita, you put operating without filters. What do we mean by that? Even when something is empty inside, what happens?
It could create anxiety.
It can create, sorry?
Anxiety. We are anxious.
Anxious. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's some great post-it notes here. So like give place to unforeseen event. It breaks of consistency. No influence question. Oh, that's quite curious on this. I don't know who added this. Could you please elaborate? No influence question. Yeah.
And the break of consistency also. So we have the freedom to change of direction if the client is conscious there is something very strong that happened.
Yeah.
And maybe we go back to the start and working back on the strategy and the impact, in fact.
Yeah. Yeah. So we can play. If we feel that, like we said, if we feel that area of the flute, it won't play. Same way, if we keep our judgments with us, if we keep our past with us, if we fill that flute with everything what we have done or learned or something, There was one here with the unlearning here. I can't find that. Yeah, unlearn. Yeah. So if we can't unlearn, if we keep filling that hole, keep filling that flute inside, block it, we won't be able to play the music. We won't be able to exhale. And again, it's very tough. End of the day, we are humans. But to play the good music at that time, whenever it happens, we need to clear it out. Clear it out, play the music, and think. Yeah, coach stays present. Yeah. Free from our own judgment. Exactly. Knowledge as well. I don't know if you all know about the curse of knowledge bias. Anyone know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
would like to share. I posted
Please,
this
Priyanka.
comment.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I actually experienced this knowledge coming in the way of developing the free flow art. So I, being deeply interested in philosophy and psychology,
Mm.
so I'm in a habit of reading so many books and going deep. And initially, that knowledge came in the way of this coaching.
Yeah.
So Jaya helped me through
Yeah.
this. You know,
Yeah.
she guided me to practice letting go, and that helped me to create that space.
Yes.
So that is why I value to let go of the knowledge as well. Like judgments, knowledge is also a big hindrance.
Yep. Yeah. Very well put, Priyanka. Yeah. The curse of knowledge is that we believe the other person knows everything as well as what we know. We expect them to know everything, even though we are mentoring, we're teaching, or we are coaching them. And it's very important to let go of that. Very important to clean a flute every now and then. Clean it. Keep in good shape so that it can speak sweetly whenever we want it to speak. The dust will come in. The more and more we keep the flute away, the dust will gather on it. Dust will get on it. We need to keep cleaning and be aware and be comfortable that it will get dust. It will get filled. But let's fill with the air and use our fingers how we want it to play, the music we want to play with ourselves. Yeah, so those were the 3 lessons I wanted to explore with you all today. I hope it made sense. This is the first time I'm sharing this. And I wasn't sure how it's going to go, but thanks everyone. It was all our collective intelligence we used together to discuss this. Yeah. Anyone else want to share anything?
Yeah, Rohit, your title of webinar really attracted me. I'm a music lover, and
Thank you.
the way you have blended this coaching with the flute and the real lessons in life, it is wonderful. So I
Thank
could
you.
really enjoy it.
Thank you, Priyanka. Thanks for this. Anyone else want to share what they think about the 3 lessons, how we can use that?
Yeah, Rohit, I think I encourage you to look into other instruments and do the same.
Yeah.
Other
Thank you.
webinars and other instruments.
Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. Any instrument, pick anything, isn't it? Everything in this world gives us some lessons,
Yeah.
That is why our being is even ourselves is like, even if you hear our body, our mind, our eyes, our mouth, our ears, right, nose, everything gives us something. That's the beauty of us, beauty of our nature. We can learn from everywhere. We actually don't need to go out sometime. We can just figure it out within ourselves, you know? Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Abir. Thank you. Thank you, Patricia. Hopefully that was good. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for
Yeah,
coming
it's
into the
nice,
space.
Rohit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's
Thank
really
you,
nice
Rohit.
because
Bye.
Yeah, Shampa, please.
bye-bye.
Yeah.
No, it's nice because when, as a music lover, when we are thinking our situation with the flute, and it's a good insightful. It's really, I think more about this. It's nice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Shampa. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Thank
Stay
you.
safe.
Thank you.
Bye for
Bye.
now.
Thanks, Rohit.
Thank you, Dhiren. Thanks. Bye for
Cheers.
now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.